I think back to my 20s and I didn't save money at the time. And it's because I kind of lived paycheck to paycheck. And so when I got to my 30s, I started saving really aggressively and I started to learn a little bit about where my money was going. I learned that most of the money that you invest, whether it be a 401k or a traditional IRA, are all in accounts that are going to be taxed later. And that's kind of scary to me that we're putting money away for retirement and it's kind of at the mercy of the government to tax it at whatever rate they see fit in my case, maybe 25 or 30 years when I'm ready to retire. And so I started to ask questions. I asked, okay, where can we put our money where it's going to grow tax-free? And I learned there's only two vehicles. There's a Roth IRA, which is capped at right now about $6,000 per person per year. And we take advantage of that, but between my wife and I, that's $12,000 per year. That's not going to get us to our dream retirement. The only other one would be cash value life insurance. You know, with a lot of traditional whole life cash value life insurance plans, you have to pay on it until you're maybe 65. So in my case, I'm 41. I'd have to pay, let's say, $16,000 for the next 24 years into a whole life policy. And then at the end, because interest rates are so low, the projection really didn't excite us a whole lot. The thing I love about the Kai Zen plan is that you're paying in it for 5 years. You're making 5 payments, and then you're done. And then the bank takes over and makes your payments for the remainder of the policy. So I first heard about this index life insurance through Joe Ritter of Insurance You Keep. And I have a video production company. Joe hired us to film some video content for his company. And as he was talking about this Kai Zen plan, this index life insurance where you have exposure to the stock market, you benefit from market gains, but you also have a floor where you're not going to lose money from your account year over year. And that was really enticing to me. And so when we were done the project, I said to Joe, I want to learn more about this. A lot of times when you're presented with an investment opportunity, you get an illustration where they talk about, okay, this is how much you're going to have after all these years. And it always looks fantastic. They never really include the downside. And Kai Zen was really the exception for that. And Joe pointed this out to me. They projected and run the plan as if it was available during the Great Depression. And they show you what that would have looked like, where things were really, really bad. And you had, I think, like 12 years of negative returns on the stock market. They also show you what it would have looked like in the 80s when interest rates were incredibly high. And in both cases, I was more than comfortable with what the results would be. I thought, okay, I think I want to do this, but I have one question for you, Joe. If you're pitching this, why aren't you using it? And he said, I am. And so for me, that was really reassuring because you never want to buy anything from someone who doesn't believe in the product. And Joe is in a very similar situation that I am. He has a young family. He has 2 kids. And so the fact that he's relying on this for his future made me feel a lot more comfortable relying on it for mine. And I really feel like the Kai Zen plan and this index life insurance was kind of the missing piece to our retirement future. And I'm very excited about where it's going to go.